Welcome to my final demonstration for my practicum, which is the Maryland Wildlife Explorer app. When the user first enters the site, they'll be greeted with this pop-up, which gives some quick background on what the application's purpose is, as well as some quick instructions on how to navigate the app. So over on the right-hand side, there is a home panel, which just gives some more information on the application, some field guide practice, as well as some helpful links to external learning resources for the users. Over in the top right-hand corner, there's some help buttons if the user needs help with navigating the application. Over on the left-hand side, there is a drop-down called Let's Learn. Here, the user can toggle between the different panels to learn about different animals. They can also view the legend to see what the symbology means on the map. And for all of these panels, the user can simply close out of them if they do not want to see them, and they can use up more map space. So on the map itself, the user can see these different points for places to visit and learn more about the environment or see different wildlife species. So they can simply click these points of interest, give some background information, and it also has links to the different locations website if the user wants to learn more. Additionally, they can filter through if they want to see a specific species, they could change the category to wildlife sanctuary, or if they just want to be outside, they can switch it to a park. The user can also turn specific layers on and off. So if they were really only interested in seeing the reptile or amphibians sightings, they could just turn these other ones off. And same goes for the other feature layers. Since this application is kind of user-friendly to all ages, there's a search panel too, in case the user isn't that familiar with their geography on where they're located or where their school might be if they saw a snake at school. So they can just use this search bar to find different addresses. For instance, we'll just say Frederick, Maryland, and it'll go right there. User can also change the background if they want to see satellite imagery, for instance, if they're visiting a park and they really want to see amphibians, you're more likely to see them near bodies of water than in the middle of a field. So for the purpose of this demo, let's say we are a student, high school or middle school, someone that lives at home still, and their parents just bought a bird feeder. So we can go over here to this birds panel and learn a little bit about Maryland's different birds and access a field guide, which each panel has for their specific species. So now that I'll say my parents have a bird feeder, we're seeing a lot of different birds hanging around the backyard. So you can use this field guide to investigate what exactly you might have seen. And I'll say that I saw an eastern bluebird in my backyard. So now the user can go to this See an Animal tab and add a sighting. So we'll say we saw a bird. Since I use Frederick as the example for the search bar, I'll just say that my backyard is somewhere around here. What type of bird did we see? We saw an eastern bluebird. So this will have some questions for the user to fill out. Since that only included the common feeder birds in the state, it doesn't include some of the other bird species. So if the user does not see it listed, they can just type it. Where did you see the bird? And we'll say my backyard. Time of day is morning, and just make up a date. Okay. We'll say it was on the feeder. And hit create. So now we've just created our first sighting as a user, and it'll appear immediately. The user can just simply click on it and see all of the information that they reported. They can also obtain a sighting number if they would like to track it or come back to it later. They can also submit that sighting number to an admin who can then upload or they can submit an attachment to an admin. If they did take a picture of it and they want to include more, the admin can do that on the back end. And that is the demo of the Maryland Wildlife Explorer app. You can access it on my GitHub page.